Insight presents In the Kitchen with Jennifer, the Fit Foodie, brought to you by the Great American Spice Company.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Wright, your Fit Foodie. Welcome to today's episode. I am so excited to share with you the easiest, fastest treat in the world. It's called edamame. For those of you who have never heard of edamame, it's the Japanese soybean. So think of it like the American peanut, only it has a lot less calories and even more protein than peanuts. So you can literally sit around and just eat it and eat it and eat it till your heart's content. There's really a lot of ways to make edamame, but I think that I've figured out the perfect recipe. So here we go. Take your edamame, you want to thaw it. So take it out of your freezer. It comes in a freezer. Take it out of the freezer, let it thaw. Once it's thawed, put your edamame in your steamer. So you want to get boiling water underneath, put your edamame in, and let it steam for just about 5 minutes or so. And that way you get nice plump edamames versus the real mushy edamame. Once that is over, take your edamame. This is a very important step because we're going to give it lots of flavor. But if you want to give something flavor and it's wet, the flavor is going to roll right off of the wet edamame. So we're going to take our steamed edamame that's nice and plump because we've steamed it, and take a towel and get all the water. And this will just take just a second to get all the water off. And once the edamame is dried, just place it on a plate. I like a square plate because it looks very Asian. And then we are going to take just a smidgen of olive oil. And without the water, the olive oil will stick. So just a smidgen of olive oil over the edamame to hold in the flavor. And then we have fresh lemon. So we're going to just take fresh lemon. You want to make sure you use the fresh lemon and not the kind you can squeeze out of the little plastic container because it makes a big difference. So we've got the mixture of, it's like a little vinaigrette for your edamame. We've got the mixture of olive oil and lemon. And then we have fleur de sel, which is a French salt. It's a finishing salt, and it's big and wonderful. And because the salt crystals are so big and bountiful, you don't have to use a whole lot of the salt itself. One of the things that I love is my little salt keeper. This is how precious this salt is to me, is I keep it as its own little keeper. And a lot of people use this only as a finishing salt. I actually spend the little extra money and use it on everything because it's loaded down with minerals. And I recently found out that this fleur de sel has 92 minerals in it. And we need these minerals in our body. Salt's a very important piece of being healthy. We just don't want too much salt. So if we're going to eat salt, you want to eat a really great kind of salt that has lots of minerals, 92. And table salt has been stripped down to less than 10 of our minerals that we need. So throw it on your edamame, use it as a finishing salt for all kinds of things, whether it's your meats or anything that you're making at home, and it's really delicious. So once this is all made and salted, it'll sit like this for a long time. You can also store it in your refrigerator for a day or two, and you're good to go. So the fleur de sel, as I mentioned to you earlier, is a nice fat salt crystal that you can get. And you can get it right at the Great American Spice Company by going to americanspice.com. And for $5.99, you can have this salt and any other spice that you want delivered right to your front door. So let's go ahead and try this steamed lemon edamame. Yes, this is awesome. When you eat the edamame, you don't want to eat the outside kind. And I've seen people do that. Don't go there. You just want to suck out the pea pod that's inside the shell. Also, you can buy the de-shelled edamame, or the already shelled edamame, and use this as a side dish for anything that you have going on that day, or just to eat with your hands as well. It doesn't have to be the shell, but I think the shell is kind of fun. So go to americanspice.com. Get your fleur de sel, get your minerals. You're going to love it. Thank you. I'm Jennifer Wright. Remember to exercise, eat, and enjoy.
For more information on today's recipe, visit americanspice.com and be sure to watch next week for another edition of In the Kitchen with Jennifer, the Fit Foodie.